What if the biggest obstacle in your life isn't the world around you, but the one living inside your own mind? Every single day, your thoughts quietly shape your reality. They decide what you believe you're capable of, what opportunities you chase, and what dreams you abandon. Most people think they're held back by bad luck, lack of money, or difficult circumstances. But the truth is, the loudest voice you'll ever hear isn't from anyone else. It's the voice inside your own head. That voice constantly asks, what if you fail? What if you're not good enough? What if everyone judges you? And without realizing it, you begin believing those thoughts. Dreams don't disappear overnight. They slowly fade every time you choose fear over action, every time you tell yourself tomorrow, and every time you compare your beginning to someone else's success. The safest path feels comfortable, but comfort often becomes the invisible prison that keeps you from discovering who you could become. Many of the walls you believe are blocking your future don't actually exist. They're simply stories your mind has repeated so many times that they've started feeling like reality. But what if those stories are wrong? What if everything could change with just one new way of thinking? Think about how often you carry your past with you. Every mistake, every failure, every embarrassing moment becomes another weight on your shoulders. Your brain naturally focuses on problems because it's designed to protect you, but that same survival instinct can trap you in endless overthinking. A single mistake feels enormous while your achievements barely seem to matter. You wait for the perfect opportunity, never realizing that the key has been in your pocket all along. Too many choices leave you frozen. Too much thinking leads to no action at all. You keep rewriting your plans, changing your goals, and waiting until you feel confident enough to begin. But confidence doesn't appear before action. It grows because of action. The more you replay negative thoughts, the stronger they become. Yet thoughts are not facts. Hope doesn't always arrive with fireworks. Sometimes it appears as one tiny step, one small decision, or one quiet moment where you finally decide to move forward despite uncertainty. The journey toward becoming your best self doesn't begin with giant success. It begins with one small choice, one small habit, one tiny victory. Every positive action becomes another brick, and over time those bricks build the staircase toward the future you've always imagined. You will stumble, you will make mistakes, but falling doesn't mean you're failing, it means you're moving. The strongest people in the world aren't the ones who never fall, they're the ones who refuse to stay down. As you keep climbing, you'll begin noticing something incredible. The only person you need to compare yourself with is the person you were yesterday. Progress may feel slow, but slow progress is still progress. Even resting isn't failure. Sometimes your mind and body simply need time to recover before continuing the climb. Then one day, you'll look ahead and realize there's an even bigger version of yourself, waiting beyond your current limits. Fear and courage always walk together. The difference is which one you decide to follow. Your mind believes the words you repeat every single day. If you constantly tell yourself that you're weak, you'll eventually live like you're weak. But if you replace "I can't" with "I'll try," something remarkable begins to happen. Confidence grows exactly like a plant. It doesn't appear overnight. It grows through patience, consistency, and daily care. Every small achievement strengthens your belief in yourself. Every time you ignore negativity and continue moving forward, you become mentally stronger. Self-doubt looks enormous from a distance, but once you walk through it, you often realize it was never as powerful as your imagination made it seem. New beliefs unlock new opportunities. Every step you take changes the way you see yourself, and eventually, you become the person you once wished you could be. Your mind can often feel like a complicated maze. The harder you panic, the harder it becomes to find the exit. But every dead end teaches you something valuable. Changing direction isn't giving up, it's learning. Awareness is one of the greatest superpowers you can develop. The moment you recognize a negative thought for what it is, it begins losing its power over you. A calm mind makes wiser decisions than a fearful one. Thoughts will always come and go like clouds in the sky. You don't have to believe every thought that enters your mind. The strength you've been searching for has never existed outside you. It's been inside you all along, waiting to be discovered. Confidence isn't something you receive, it's something you uncover by continuing to move forward, even when fear tells you to stop. The maze never disappeared, you simply became stronger than it. Every person faces a wall that seems impossible to break. Most people never realize that the wall isn't made of stone. It's built from repeated doubts, fears, and limiting beliefs. Change rarely happens because of one huge effort. It happens because of small actions repeated consistently. At first, the progress feels invisible. Every habit, every workout, every page you read, every uncomfortable conversation, and every act of discipline creates a tiny crack in that wall. One day, those tiny cracks become impossible to ignore. Suddenly, the wall collapses, and you discover opportunities that were always waiting on the other side. Success isn't about reaching one destination. Every achievement simply opens another door. Looking back, you'll realize your hardest battles were never against the world. They were always against your own thinking, and by overcoming them, your greatest enemy slowly transforms into your greatest ally. Then comes the moment that changes everything. You stop running from yourself. You stop arguing with every fearful thought. Instead, you face your inner critic with understanding instead of fear. Your inner critic may never disappear completely, but it no longer controls your life. Awareness shines light into the darkest corners of your mind, and suddenly, the fears that once looked enormous begin shrinking. You realize you never had to destroy your mind. You only needed to train it. The chains that held you back were never real chains. They were beliefs you accepted without questioning. As those chains fall away, freedom takes their place. You stop asking, "What if I fail?" and begin asking, "What if I succeed?" Every victory over yourself inspires others around you.